Welcome to the first video with a new camera. It has a built-in microphone, so I'm hoping that this will work. So today we're going to look at, I'll just call it the Mix Master or the MX Master. It's a mouse. It looks like it's good for gaming. In my case, I use Photoshop a lot and I do a lot of editing. And I'm hoping that it's a little bit more precise and will help me with some of the editing work that I do. So it's got a smart speed adaptive scroll wheel on it and a whole bunch of other things that will, once we get it set up, we'll go through with you. It connects either wirelessly or via Bluetooth. So I'm going to use Bluetooth because that's what my Microsoft Surface keyboard is. So I will use Bluetooth. And I could pair up to 3 computers, and it's apparently a very easy to move things back and forth. There's not a whole lot of other stuff on here. So without further ado, let's open it up. And the first thing is what they call their unifying USB dongle here, or adapter. So this would be for the wireless connection, which we're not going to use, but I will save this because it's good for any of their products. And it allows you to do multiple Logitech products. So Logitech I've always been pleased with, and I hope I continue to be pleased. And let's see what else we have here. That's it in the box. So inside the box, we just have a few things. We have, what I'm assuming is just an easy or quick setup guide here, which we'll go through in a moment. And we have a cable, a USB, it looks like a micro USB port to a USB-A. And of course, the reason we're all here, which is the Mix Master. And there it is. So let's take a look at this first. And first of all, you can see here's their easy scroll wheel right here. And there is a button here. And of course you have your 2 mouse buttons, left and right here. And this is kind of neat. You have a thumb rest right here. And you have a scroll wheel here. And in addition, we have a forward and back button that you could use. So that's kind of neat. Looks like it's easy to switch with your thumb, forward and back, and easy to move the wheel. So, so far it looks pretty simple. How to turn it on, easy switch. It must be for the 3 different computers you can attach to. How to connect, and whether it's Bluetooth or wireless. So this is really simple so far. So I'm going to take this off, and here's the simple on-off switch, and I assume red is off and green is on. Here would be the laser light and the 1, 2, and 3. And it's funny, the 1 is blinking. I'm assuming the cable, now I've figured it out. Of course, it's simple, and you all probably figured it out. The cable is just simply going to allow you to charge it. In order to take the battery out, it looks like you have to take these pads off, take out 4 screws and another 2 up here. Take that off, and the battery is looks like down a ways once you get this off. So that's where the battery is. You could see here the charging port. And so I'm going to go ahead and just quickly charge it and make sure it's ready for me to use. Okay, now it's time to set it up. So here is what it's replacing. It's a Microsoft Designer mouse. And here is the new Logitech mouse we just looked at. I just have to pair it, as anybody would know, for Bluetooth. So we'll do that. So I clicked add a device, and I want to add a Bluetooth device. And so now I need to press this on I'm going to turn on the mouse. So I've just turned on the mouse. And there it is. It popped up. All I did was turn it on here, nothing else. And you could see the mix master. So I'm going to click continue the installation process. So I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to tell it to go ahead and install the options. I will share. So once you get it installed, the next step is a box will pop up to ask you to download Logitech software. So I said yes, and that is exactly what I'm doing right now. And it says it has been downloaded, is ready to be installed. While this is installing, I thought I'd at least mention that the actual connection, the Bluetooth connection, was extremely quick and easy. Downloading the software, I'm in Windows, as you could tell, popped up to do that, and now it downloaded and has installed the Logitech options. And so let's see what's next. Once you have paired your MX mouse to the MX Master mouse to your Bluetooth adapter, which I've already done, then down here will pop up a software installation. So it'll download and then install software on your computer, and this is what it downloads and installs. As you can see, I have it set up in Bluetooth here, and also the battery right now is pretty full, and it's my wireless mouse, and it also shows under the mouse, it shows the key touch points on the mouse, so you can see that here. So let's take a look at some of these, and I'll tell you what I've done. This here, it can be used as the middle button. It's the scroll wheel, and this is the gesture button. Now this is also it says back. I have it set up as back, but you can actually go to any of these buttons and set it to what you want. I thought it was cumbersome as a gesture button, so I went ahead and I set it to back. But you could see I could do almost anything I want with it. I could make it a calculator, and so therefore if I just click on this, a calculator would pop up, and you could see it there behind the scenes pop up just by pressing that. So there's a lot you could do with that. So this here is, as I said, it's really just a scroll wheel. It says middle button, and you can even go to more, and you could do so much with each one of these settings. Actually, it's probably a bit too much, but then the gesture button now is this, and so as you could see, what I could do is I could just press the button and move the mouse up or move it down for the volume. I could go to previous or the next page. So it's kind of neat what you could do with that. And also, I did go ahead and the scroll wheel, there's a scroll wheel here. What I did is I made it zoom in and out. You could see again with that little scroll wheel, there's so many things that you could do with it. So let me see if I could show you on this. I have it for zoom in and out, and you should be able to see it do that. And all I'm doing is moving the scroll wheel, and it is zooming in and out. And there it is back to 100. And I'm going to press the gesture button. And if you remember, I told you that it would do my volume. So watch the volume there. I'm going to press the gesture button and then move the mouse down, and you should see the volume reduce, and it does. So this is really good stuff. The gesture button should be my calculator now, and there it is.
So there's a significant amount of things that you could do with this. It's really good. I would tell you that I'm going to just take the scroll wheel and I'm just going to roll it down, and you could watch and see how it comes down all the way. And there it is, up, down when I roll it. But when I don't roll it, it ratchets just one line at a time. I would tell you so far that the one thing is that that wheel feels loose. There's something about it that feels loose. The mouse buttons are fine. It feels really good in my hand. I like the way it arcs everything. There is also a back, and let's see if I can find that here. There are some buttons for back, and they're over here. So I have a forward and a back button. And that's also neat. Let me see if that'll work. I don't know if I did enough here. And it did. So it went back to settings. I pressed the forward button. So it really, nice job. Now I did the forward button and I'm back to Logitech. So the mouse itself has a significant amount of options that you could do. I think I will use a bunch of them. So that part is good. And then within it, I can open my Photoshop, and I could do it's set up for Photoshop and Word and Excel and a whole bunch of other applications that you can just go in and you can add an application that you want it to work with, and it will do shortcuts for you in those areas. And then here's the settings for the point and scroll. So all in all, really good mouse. Again, that seems a little bit loose to me, not quite as tight as everything else. And the gesture button here is a little bit difficult to actually press down, though I can do it. So I went ahead and moved the gesture button to up here. So I hope you enjoy this. If you buy this mouse, I think it's a great deal. I got it as a gift. I did see online that in a lot of cases it's $99 or less. Uh, so I think it's a little bit high price, but for what you get, I would call it reasonable. I would say the build quality is very high, and the options it allows you to do are, in fact, some productivity items for you.